Okay, so today we're going to show you how to make Sprite in Boot Hill Bounties using what's basically a Mr. Potato Head or a paper doll sort of system that it's pretty easy to understand, but to make this I kind of made it as I needed it and it kind of evolved from there. So you just pick out the parts. We're going to start with some pants. So on the right we have all these layers of different pants that we can use. There's some shorts. There's some shoeless pants. There's some overalls. Here's some fancy pants. Let's go with these pants. These are the kind of a simple pants that people can have. And now we need shoes. All right, let's go with these black shoes. Let's make a kind of like a fancy guy, someone who lives in the city. So we'll keep that in mind when we make this resident of Bronco County. Now he needs a shirt. So we'll not that. Um, that's pretty good, but let's see what else we got. That if he's a little more rugged. There, this is good. Now, if we don't like the colors, you can always change them in post. That's what I like to do, so I don't have to make 1,000 layers of colors. I'll show you some other shirts that I have available here. This or this. This is if you want your guy to not have an inside shirt. Just go and. Um, all right, let's go back to that one I liked. Okay, so now we've got shoes, pants, and a shirt. What's he need next? Now he can have like a little accessory, like this sash or a tie or something like that. Um, let's give him this, but let's move it up a little bit. So I'm gonna move this up. Sometimes these take a little bit of a judgment adjustment. So now he's got a little bow tie, a little red bow tie. And now he needs a head. So there's only a few basic head shapes that I've got here. That's a kind of an older head. It's kind of a wide head. It's a tall head. That head's rarely used. And I think this is our normal head, more or less. By the way, I have a completely different model set for female characters, but we're working on a fella right now. You can give him a chin adjustment if you like. If you want to give him a big cleft chin, let's not give him a big cleft chin. And now next we'll give him a beard. So you see there's lots of beard choices because the face is really where these sprites really have a lot of personality. So what have we got? Let me take off this layer here so we can see him better. That's better. Okay, that's a beard. I like this one. You have to figure out like who are we making and what's he for? What's he gonna do in the game? What's he gonna say? What's gonna fit his personality? Uh, that's good. Big bushy red beard. But I think we're gonna go with this. So now he's kind of an older gentleman with a tidy beard. And next we have eyes. Now there's a lot of eyes here. And usually they're only a few pixels difference, but there's so much expression that you can have in the eyes. So it's good to have a lot of choices. And as I said earlier, I didn't make all these layers at once. I kind of made them as needed. Like if I didn't find any layer I liked, then I just made a new one and added it to the set, so that eventually this thing became really big and you could have a lot of variety in the kind of people you make. So here he looks really serious. Okay, what else? Um, let's find one I want to settle on. Here it looks kind of sleepy. Oh, let's go with that. We can always change it later. Now eyebrows, lots and lots of eyebrow choices, but they're actually really important as far as expression goes. Here he looks very angry, and now he's sad. Now he's angry again. Now he's serious. Now he's concerned. Some of these are very subtle, subtle differences. Also, you don't have to give him eyebrows at all. Sometimes that's how you want a character to look. Uh, let's give him this eyebrow. That matches his beard. So he's kind of a grayish guy. And now his mouth. That's kind of a he's kind of a tiny bucktooth mouth. Here's him not looking too smart. Mm-hmm. This is a pretty ordinary mouth. Here he looks happy. His mouth is too high. That would take some post adjustment. Let's give him this mouth. I kind of like that. Let's see what he ended up with. Now there's a lot of noses we can use. Here, I like this nose. Let's look at some others. It's a pretty simple system, but given all the choices, it takes maybe like 20 or so minutes for me to finally decide on how I want a guy to look. Let's give this big nose. I'm like the big nose guy. And we can even have sideburns. This is like this folder's for sideburns, but also for like some wrinkles. Can make them look more distinguished. It kind of really adds a lot of depth to his eyes, so I'm going to keep that one. That's always fun, but I use that one a lot, so I don't want to use the same thing too many times. Oh, let's go with that. Okay, and a mustache. So you can have a nice handlebar mustache, a really thin one, kind of a bigger one. Let's see about this. There, it makes him look kind of like serious. Looks like your grandpa. And glasses, so we can take out all our eye work and just stick some glasses on him. I don't think we're going to give him glasses. You can give him a pipe. Just wanted to show you that you could. You give him a monocle. Make him a monocle fellow. Oh, but this is kind of fun, like some glasses. They're kind of down on his nose. Kind of makes him look like a inventor. Or these. This is pretty good. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep those. And next we have hair. Lots of hair choices. Here is kind of the hair of a young fellow. That hair is too much. Some hair. So you may not end up with his hair matching his beard, which is just something you can fix in post. You can give him a shiny head. We can just give him no hair. That works too. I think yeah, let's just give him no hair. I don't really like any of his hair for him. They don't really match. They don't really match his style. You got some ears you can give him. You can give him kind of bigger ears, tiny ears. Let's give him these tiny ears. Next, we've got all these different hats you can give him. Little bowler hats. Sombrero. Doesn't really match his suit. That's not for him at all. It's a nice ordinary hat. Whoops, I kind of liked skull mask, so that's not used very often. That's a normal derby. Looks good. And that's it. So the rest is just some cleanup and maybe some coloring details. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'll show you a little bit more. So I want to copy the whole thing. And I want to copy everything but the head. Let's see if I can move it off my original so I don't mess up the original. That's going to take some time. Hardest part is waiting for Photoshop and all of this. Okay, are we good? Okay, so it looks good. Usually this part we might make some adjustments, but it looks like he's coming together, so I'm going to merge this layer. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stuff that I don't need. Then you just move his head here. You copy his head again, put it here. But you move his on the side, his head goes down 1 pixel. So when he's walking, kind of bobs his head. Great. So now he's all set. Now what you can do to add more variety, you can go in and do some masking on something like the skin. Try to get all of it. No. Also not here. Well, that's close enough for our purposes, okay? So then go here to like a color adjuster. You can change this color a little bit, make it kind of more orange, why not? And kind of darker, why not? Now I look kind of like this, and if I want to change his suit, just mask that as well. I think I got it. I lost his tie, his beard's covering it up, and now we can give him a different colored suit. Like for some reason he's wearing a purple suit. It's not really making a lot of sense, but let's take down the saturation here. There you go. So now he does look a lot more unique. Even change his hat color and everything too. But I think that's where I'm going to end it for now. If this is popular, I'll show you a female Mr. Potato or Mrs. Potato Head and how those work. So thanks, guys.